Tanner, I just had my checkup at the clinic.
I see. How was it?
So far, things are looking fine. And they said pretty soon I should be getting over my morning sickness.
I see. Oh, that's good to hear.
Sure is. I feel a lot better hearing from the doctor again that everything is still going well for the baby. I was a little worried for a while because recently, due to the morning sickness I've been having, I haven't been able to eat much.
You're throwing up in the toilet almost every day. Hearing you gag like that all the time is really bad. Just having to listen to you makes me not want to eat anymore.
I don't think you really have to say that right now. I'm not throwing up like that on purpose after all.
I know that. But having to hear that all the time doesn't make me feel good.
I'm sure it doesn't.
And recently, due to you not faring very well, you've been slacking off from the chores, right? When you get back from that clinic today, would you please use the vacuum cleaner and do a little bit of cleanup? Get over in the bathroom especially. All of your hair is piling up on the floor in there.
Sorry about that. Due to my hormones all becoming unbalanced, some of my hair has started to fall out more easily.
So I was right about that before. I was starting to wonder for a bit why your hair was getting so thin lately. It's made me start to lose interest in you a little. Just the feeling of your hair right now is horrible. All dry and tough.
It's not like I can help any of that right now. My body is changing a lot right now with the baby.
So what you're saying is that being pregnant normally causes one to go bald?
Well, I think that all depends on the person. There are all sorts of things that can happen to one to make their hair begin to fall out like this. But from what I've heard, most people begin to worry about their hair after having their baby rather than during their pregnancy.
What? Are you serious? So there's no doubt you're going to go bald then. Jesus. Thank God I'm not a woman.
Hey, what's going on with you right now? I don't think those are things you should be saying to someone who's currently pregnant. This baby that I'm carrying right now happens to be your baby as well.
I'm sorry. I am thankful for all the work you're having to go through right now.
I don't think so. Recently, you've been getting on me about not all the chores getting done as well. Even though I've told you I don't feel very well sometimes. You're starting to make me feel bad about something I can't control. It's starting to really stress me out the way you talk to me, so please cut it out. I already know a lot of this is not fun, so I don't need you calling me gross or yelling at me.
Could you be getting all worked up right now because of your hormones?
I just told you to stop making fun of things like that right now. A lot of what you're saying right now would make me upset even if I wasn't pregnant. This all has nothing to do with my hormones, but about the fact that you're not being kind to me.
Okay. I won't say anything else about you then. Just as long as you start getting better and do all the chores. Seeing all that hair of yours on the floor makes me want to gag.
A lot of that isn't just my hair.
I'm just saying that most of it is. So make sure it all gets cleaned up. I'll be home today around 7 p.m. or so. Make sure dinner is ready for me by then.
Okay. But are you really going to be coming home at that time today? Just the other day you said you'd be home early, but in the end you didn't make it home until 1 in the morning.
I'll be home as soon as possible today. I want to take some time to relax today. I want to watch a movie or something and have some beers to drink. Can you make some snacks up for me to have with my beer tonight? Please and thank you.
Tanner, what time are you going to be getting home today? You haven't really talked to me at all today, actually. I'm trying to figure out right now what to do about your dinner.
I'm really busy today, so I won't be home tonight.
What? Again?
I have no other choice right now. I have things I have to get done here.
Do you really have to work all night, though?
Are you trying to say I'd be doing something else tonight?
The last time you came home from work late, there was a receipt to a female clothing store in your suit pocket. You bought clothing that was close to $1,000 in total.
That was clothing I bought for someone at work who's going to be leaving the company soon. Some of my coworkers joined me to pay for those gifts for her.
Really?
I'm being serious. What? Do you think that I might be cheating on you or something?
You and I are both married now, so I wouldn't like to think so. But there's always a chance that you're being unfaithful right now.
Stop it with all that thinking, then. I would never do something like that, Denver. So would you please stop thinking of something as ridiculous as that?
But Tanner, recently you have been coming home late very often. And sometimes you even end up staying at work all night and don't come home until the next day. Up until recently, you never had to stay out that late or stay the night for work.
I'm busy at work right now, though. I'm working my butt off right now for our life together, alright? And it's not like when I have to stay the night at work I'm going to a hotel or anything. That would be a waste of money that we really need right now. I either stay at the office all night long, or I go and sleep out in the car. I want to work this much in order to get a promotion soon. So that when you have our baby, I'm bringing in even more money. So would you please stop thinking that I'd be cheating on you? Hurts my feelings that you'd think something like that of me.
I'm sorry, but I really am worried about you.
Well, before you continue to worry about things like that, maybe you should be doing what you need to do. Ever since you got pregnant, you've always claimed that you're feeling sick and lay around all day. This has left most of the chores in the house from ever being completed. And when you start to claim things are really bad, you barely even bother making anything for dinner.
Well, none of this is something I've asked for. I didn't want to become this sick from carrying our baby.
And I've told you already, I get that. You have times where you aren't feeling very good, and I have times where I have a lot of work to do. Both of us have things going on, but would you stop complaining about me already? Unlike you, I am very busy with things. You're the one with all that time on your hands, so stop trying to tear me down.
That's not what I've been trying to do here. I'm just worried about you.
Whatever. You're making me all stressed out by talking to you. You have no idea what it's like to be a man. I think you should be a little more thankful that I'm the one going out and working for us every day. Who is to thank for you being in that nice warm house?
I'm sorry, Tanner.
After I finish work tomorrow, I'm coming home to get some new clothing. Make sure there's a new suit and shirt ready for me to get changed into.
Are you going to head right back out after changing?
For the time being, I don't want to be around you. Having to come home to someone like you who's always sick will never give me a chance to rest. While you're on your own from now on, I think that it would be a good chance for me to rethink some of what you've been doing. I want you to stop thinking that just because you're pregnant, you should be getting spoiled. Thoughts like that are just not true. You're nothing special compared to everyone else that's actually working.
Tanner? I have something I'd like to talk to you about. Make sure you come home to talk with me today.
Today's not going to work for me. You have something you'd like to talk about, then text me it.
This is something very important, though.
I'm the one that'll decide if it's important or not.
So you really don't seem to care about myself or the baby then, huh?
I never said anything like that. So what's this about? What do you have to say to me?
Tanner, you're having an affair, aren't you?
Huh? We're back to talking about this? You're being a dick now.
If you'd like me to be a dick, then I can be one. I already have all the evidence I need of you being with another woman.
What kind of evidence could you possibly have of that?
Videos of you going to another woman's house? And pictures as well. I asked someone to go out and investigate you, and this is what they brought me.
You asked someone to investigate me? Huh? You really had nothing better to do, do you? I thought you were too sick right now because of the baby. Is that not the case? Do you have all that time to be thinking about me cheating on you? And you could be doing the dang chores.
I've been doing the chores.
Well, you haven't been doing them as nearly as well as I'd like you to. The other day when I stopped by the house, I had to look in the bathtub and all your hair was tangled up in there. If you're gonna leave things a mess all the time, then maybe I need to find myself a new wife.
You haven't tried to defend yourself about the cheating on me yet.
If you have evidence of it all, then there's no point in fighting back. But listen here. I have a very good reason for why I started to cheat on you.
And what could that reason be?
You have turned into a complete mess and a turnoff, so I've had to find myself someone else that can please me. You think I want to be around a balding woman like you?
So that's what this is about then. Then you and I are getting a divorce.
What? You're going to divorce me now? Is that alright with you? Don't be pulling my leg here.
I would never pull your leg on something as serious as this. I have no reason to be married to a balding and cheating man like you anymore. Being around you has only been stressing me out even more and could probably lead to me balding someday.
Huh? Who are you calling a balding and cheating man? You're the one losing your hair.
Tanner, have you still not noticed anything yet? You're the one that's balding as well.
What are you even talking about? I am not going bald.
So you really have no clue what's going on with yourself. You're starting to look like a monk with the way your hair is going. And so much skin under that hair.
Huh? I am not going bald!
Later on, you should take a look at the back of your head in a mirror, please. By the way, you have always been complaining about all the hair on the floor and in the bathtub drain. All of that has been your hair. I understand that due to my pregnancy, I have started to lose some hair. You're losing even more than me because you're getting old.
Just because you're going bald doesn't mean you can start to make fun of me!
I'm just stating the truth is all. I was never going to tell you about any of this before because I knew it would make you feel sad. But I never thought that the balding man would start to pick on me for losing a small amount of hair.
So, you're just gonna keep talking to me like you're in elementary school. I'm done with you. I cannot stand the person you've turned into. And that's why, just like you've asked for, we're getting a divorce.
You're the one that's been picking on me this whole time like you're a 10. Calling me disgusting all the time because I'm pregnant now and have to deal with all sorts of problems, and I've just had to learn that you're having an affair. Treating me like you're my bully when I'm the one carrying our kid for you. I am just as fed up with you as you are with me.
Now let's get on with this and hand in the divorce papers. I wasn't planning on coming home today, but I guess I'll have to now. While you're still being a total witch, I'll sign those papers and get rid of you for good. Denver? Right now you're back at your parents' house, right?
What do you want? I told you to go and talk with the lawyer about things like the child support you owe and the divorce.
No, wait, this isn't about all that. I've started to worry a bit about the kid.
I don't need you worrying about my kid.
But that's my kid as well, right? I have to pay for it after all every month.
And?
Has the kid been doing all right?
They're fine.
I see. And how about yourself?
Like I said, I don't need you worrying about me any. You never seemed to care about me back when we were married. That was your time to worry, but you never did. So why do you care about me now?
Denver, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Excuse me?
I was lied to by the woman I was with. I thought that she was really in love with me and that we'd be able to stay with one another forever. But just a little while after the divorce, she ran off and left me. She was only with me for my money. After the divorce and the settlement you got from me, she realized I didn't have much money left and ran away.
You're a real idiot, Tanner.
I think so as well. Even she told me I was balding. And told me she would never be able to love someone who was going bald. I was an idiot for falling in love with a jerk like her.
So that shocked you to the core, right? Well, that's what you were saying to me before, right? I guess the tables have really turned this time.
I'm sorry. You were the one that was always thinking about me. I really wonder why I went and cheated on you with another woman then. Right now, I really regret what I did to you.
Hmm? Well, ever since the divorce, I have been feeling wonderful again. That's because I was finally able to get away from the person that made fun of me for being pregnant. I'm not regretting a single thing that's happened.
I really am sorry. I've learned not to do anything like that ever again. I've been thinking about why I was never nicer to you while you were pregnant with my child. That's left me regretting a lot right now.
Well, it's all too late now.
It's not too late! I finally come around to understanding that I was the problem! You're the one person I should be caring for more than anyone else! I get that now! Right now, I'm starting to feel the same sensation of love I had for you back when I married you!
Hold on a sec. Why are you getting all worked up like that? You and I are divorced now. You are nothing more than a stranger to me now. And I should be the same way to you.
But you and I never ended up hating one another, right? I understand that what I did was horrible. But just because we had the divorce doesn't mean you and I have lost feelings for one another just yet.
I hate your guts, though. There's not a single person I hate more than you, Tanner.
That can't be. I know that back during the divorce I was upset with you as well, but I never stopped thinking about you after that.
Listen here, do not compare how I am feeling right now to the way you are feeling. Can you do that for me? I had to spend months listening to you talk horribly about me. I didn't just come to hate you like I do now in one night. I had to sit through so many instances of you making terrible comments about me and leaving me in difficult situations back home. That all compounded over time and led me to hating you. And all of that hate for you isn't going to magically go away now.
But you had always been in love with me then, right? I will make you love me again. From now on, I will only think about you and the baby and not a single other person. You will be the most important person to me, and I'll make sure to handle all the chores of the house. You don't have to do anything.
Even with you saying all that, I don't want to go back. You think I could go back and marry someone I hate? Could you do something like that? You really think that after all I've been through, going back with you and being your wife again would make me happy?
But we used to be married, right?
And that was before I began to hate your guts, Tanner. I had to worry about a lot of things like my health, the baby's health, my hair falling out. And yet when I looked towards you for comfort, you turned me away and made me feel even worse about my problems. You didn't even try to make me feel all right. Ever since then, I've been wondering why you ever chose to marry me if you were just going to treat me like that.
I am really sorry about all of that.
You don't have to worry about apologizing anymore. No matter how much you apologize, I'm not forgiving you.
But this is truly how I'm feeling right now. Please, allow me to apologize.
So, you're still going to ignore how I feel? Stop trying to push how you feel onto me just to make yourself feel better. I don't need your apologies anymore, and I don't want to go back to you. Those wounds on my heart will never heal easily, and what you've done to me will never be forgotten.
But I really will change for you. Back when you weren't feeling good during the pregnancy, I felt as though you didn't care about my needs any. That all made me feel lonely. That led me to becoming a real jerk and then me cheating on you.
So now you're going to use my pregnancy as your excuse? That is what makes something between you and I impossible. I am so happy that I got to be divorced from you then, before having my baby.
Denver, just forgive me. I will never hurt you again. I will make sure to live for both yours and the baby's sake.
That's right, you will. That's why you're going to continue to work and send me that child support in the mail every month. That is your only responsibility to us now. You and I are nothing now, and I don't have any other feelings besides hate for you. I think you need to learn just how bad of a person you were to me, and then you might begin to understand why I don't want to go back to you. Stop acting like just because you were once my husband, I'd still want anything to do with you still. After that, Tanner came all the way out to my parents' house to apologize to me, but before he could get to me, my parents yelled at him to get off their property. Their yelling and screaming really put the fear of God into his eyes, and after that day he never once came around me or even contacted me ever about anything again. I don't get how he thinks apologizing to me will ever fix anything, because I've already moved on from the life I had with him. After being thrown away by the woman he cheated on me with, Tanner developed a distrust towards women. He is no longer able to go out with women anymore, and I think he's going to be alone for the rest of his life now because of that. Honestly, I think it's a good thing he can't talk to women anymore, as that does a massive service to all of us. To me, the only reason that man should live is to pay for the child support my baby deserves. Besides that, there should be nothing else expected of the man, and he should live his life in hiding, thinking about all the wrongs he's committed. And from there, he should live in regret for all he's done for the rest of his life. After that divorce, I gave birth to a very healthy baby boy, and right now the two of us are still living at my parents' house. Taking care of a baby is a lot harder than even I had thought, but I'm making it all work out. I get tired quite a lot from it, but every time I see my son's smiling face, I gain all my energy back. I know that I'm still an amateur when it comes to being a parent, but being able to make my little guy happy has given me a lot of confidence. I plan to stay at home and not find work until my son turns 1, so for the time being, he's going to be my only responsibility. Of course, after getting back out there and working again, I'm still going to make him my #1 priority. Luckily, I'll still have both my parents and some of my friends around to help me take care of my son, so I won't have to worry about leaving him alone too much. As long as he's happy with the life I'm giving him, then I think I'm on the right path to having a small and loving family. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Maria. It's been a while since we last talked, huh? I have something I want to ask you.
Franny, how have you been? It's good to hear from you after all these years. What's up?
This may come as a surprise, but I'm married.
For real? Congratulations!
Thanks. We're just legally married for now. We haven't had our wedding yet. The ceremony and reception is next Saturday.
Next Saturday? I had no idea. You should have mentioned something earlier.
I know. I'm really sorry for the rush, but I'd love for you to come. Do you think you can make it?
You're inviting me? A week before the reception?
Yeah, I know it's really short notice, but I really would like you to come. So will you?
Well, thank you for the invitation. I'm truly happy for you. But I'm busy next Saturday. I wish I could go, but I can't. I would have loved to see you and your husband.
I understand. It's just, I would really love it if you were there for me on my big day. Is there any way you can rearrange your plans?
Actually, I'm getting married as well. My fiancé and I arranged a dinner for my parents and his parents to meet.
I can't believe you're getting married too, Maria. Though, I find it strange I knew nothing about it until now. Anyhow, congratulations to you as well.
Thank you. You understand how hectic life becomes when planning a wedding. It's hard to find time to catch up with old friends. I really am sorry I won't be able to attend your wedding.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing for not letting you know earlier. But if it's only a dinner between families, can't you do it on another day? It doesn't have to be next Saturday.
His parents are really busy, and it would be rude to change the date that we set up over a month ago.
It's just a dinner though, right? They shouldn't have any problems with changing the date.
I wish it were that simple. They're actually flying in from Maine. They're coming to New York just to meet me and my family. Rescheduling the dinner would mean they'd have to reschedule their flight and hotel. It's way too short notice to do that. Plus, there's cancellation fees for doing that.
But it's not like they're here already and you're canceling. It should be fine.
It won't be fine. I'm sorry, but I told you it's too much to cancel now.
Well, they aren't staying for just one night, are they? Why don't you just reschedule for lunch on Sunday? That would be perfect. Have you forgotten that we've been BFFs since high school? Doesn't my happiness count for anything?
Don't say that. My fiancé and his family are important to me. I don't want to ask them to change our plans. They may get the wrong impression about me. I'm really sorry, Franny, but please, let it go.
Seriously? Are you that scared of your fiancé or his family? Are they monsters? It seems like your new family is going to be super stressful for you.
Why are you jumping to conclusions? I know I wouldn't be happy if someone changed the date of an important dinner a week before. That's just inconsiderate. And I've been looking forward to meeting them as well. We're going to be family. I want to start on the right foot.
You know, from my end, what you are saying sounds really rude to me. It sounds to me like you don't want to come to my wedding. Have you stopped to think about how this is making me feel?
I don't think what I'm saying is that crazy. Like I said, I really wanted to be there, but there's no way I can change these plans. Is it my fault you told me at such short notice? If you really wanted to be there, you should have asked me sooner. I've already apologized more than I should have.
I'm begging you to come. I don't want any empty seats at the reception. It's giving me so much anxiety.
That has nothing to do with me or my plans, right? If you had invited me a month ago, my fiancé and I may have been able to change the date. But I've never been invited to a wedding this last minute. Why did you decide to have your wedding so quickly?
I know, it's all a rush. I don't need you to point it out. In a perfect world, I would have planned it a year in advance. The thing is, there were some last-minute cancellations, and it's really going to ruin things.
Oh, a sudden cancellation. That's tough. Sometimes no matter how much you plan, something unexpected is going to pop up. But if it's just one person, I'm sure you'll be able to find someone. How about the drama kids you were close with? Didn't you call yourselves the Quintet or something? Are they coming to your wedding?
They are the girls who canceled. Do you remember Debbie?
Yes, I remember her. She was the most popular girl in our grade.
Well, Debbie's wedding is on the same day as mine. And the other 3 girls are going to Debbie's wedding, not mine.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's rough. I get why you're upset.
Right? Not to mention, I invited everyone 3 months ago. Debbie sent out her invites only 2 months before the wedding. I invited everyone first. But still, everyone said they're going to Debbie's wedding. Don't you think that's strange?
Yeah, that's pretty inconsiderate. The other 3 girls, they sent in their RSVPs, right?
They did. They all said they were coming. I even made sure to account for one of them having a peanut allergy. Now I'm going to have 3 empty seats if I can't find someone. Ugh, look at me. I'm a mess. So that's why I really want you to come, Maria. You're the only one I can ask. I'm really counting on you.
I really feel for you, Franny. I wish there was something I could do to help. I really can't come to your wedding. You guys were so close. Why did Debbie decide to have her wedding on the same day as yours? Usually friends don't hold weddings on the same date. Didn't you talk with one another about it beforehand? I also find it a little weird all 3 of those girls would ditch your wedding, even after they sent in their RSVPs saying they'd come.
What do you mean? Are you saying that the other girls don't like me?
I'm not saying that at all. It's just that, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but you're very aggressive when it comes to making sure you get what you want. I'm wondering if that had anything to do with why everyone suddenly bailed.
Are you implying my aggressiveness caused this situation? I'm not aggressive. I'm just brutally honest. I'd rather you think of me as someone who isn't afraid to speak their mind. Well, there might be one reason I can think of. I asked them to buy me an expensive wedding present. I think they spent $500 per person.
$500 per person? Isn't that a bit extravagant?
Well, they asked me what I wanted. I put a lot of stuff on my wedding registry, but what I really wanted was the high-end stuff, so I asked them to get it all for me. Oh, I know it was expensive, but they aren't acquaintances. We've known each other since high school.
Yeah, I think asking for super expensive wedding gifts may have been a little much. I personally would think twice about going to a wedding where the bride asked for a $500 wedding gift.
You too, Maria. Well, everyone's pretty cheap. But you know, they asked me what I wanted, so I didn't think it made a difference if I asked for something a bit expensive. After all, it's a celebratory present. I didn't think I had to hold back from telling them what I really wanted.
There's a time and a place for honesty. Even just going to a wedding can be expensive. Between hair, nails, makeup, and a dress, that's a few $100s. If you throw in a $500 present on top of that, it's more than most people want to pay. You should have been a little more considerate.
I don't know why I need to be considerate. They're my friends. Oh, but come to think of it, I never sent them a thank you letter.
You haven't sent them a thank you letter?
Well, I can't just send the letter. I need to send it with champagne or chocolates. Isn't it a waste of money to send all of that to all of them?
But you aren't getting married to get new designer appliances or save money. Friendship isn't like that, Franny.
Isn't that what friends are for, though? If you really think about it, what do I have to thank them for? It's not like we're strangers. We're friends. We're like family.
There may be people who are okay with that, but they went out of their way to buy you something you wanted. Shouldn't you cherish friends like that?
Isn't that a message in a Hallmark greeting card? Don't pretend to be so virtuous.
Trust me, I'm not virtuous. It's just, they bought you a special, expensive present, and you can't even be bothered to say thank you? I can't really blame them for changing their minds about attending your wedding. Plus, we both know how nice Debbie is to everyone. If you're as good of friends as you say you are with them, I bet it was tough for them to decide not to come.
I lost just because Debbie happens to be nicer than me? And because I asked them to get me something that was a measly $500? It really isn't that much. To be offended because I forgot to thank them for something of that price? Well, I guess if you look at it, now I know who my true friends are. I don't need anyone in my life that's going to be so self-centered as them.
I don't think that's the right way to look at things. I think that attitude is exactly why people are choosing not to come to your wedding.
In that case, they don't have to. I don't need friends like that.
You're free to think whatever you'd like. Well, anyway, like I said, I wish I could come. But if you ask me, $500 for a wedding present is outrageous.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize you were on their side, Maria.
I don't take sides. I look at the situation and decide for myself. And to be honest, we haven't talked to each other since high school. We were good friends back then, but it's been years since we've seen each other. Considering that, don't you think you're asking a lot? Common courtesy and being polite go a long way.
You aren't coming to my wedding, so you don't have any right to say anything. I only invited you because I know you don't have any friends. I thought you'd be thrilled to come to my wedding. You lost your chance anyway. I don't even want you there.
Thank you for your consideration. But you know, I actually am invited to a wedding.
Are you dense? I just took back my generous offer to invite you to my wedding.
I think you might be the dense one. I'm talking about Debbie's wedding.
Debbie invited you too? But you said you're busy on Saturday meeting your fiancé's family.
It's true, I am meeting my fiancé's family. But to be totally honest, I am meeting them on Sunday. I thought you would be hurt, so I lied to spare your feelings. But I don't care anymore.
Why would you admit that? You made yourself look like an inconsiderate jerk. All of you are poor excuses of human beings.
Lying is never good, I'll give you that. But like I said, is it my fault you invited me last minute? Debbie and I have kept in touch even after we graduated. Sure, you may take pride in your honesty, but I think it's done more harm than good for you. Debbie, on the other hand, is sincere and kind to everyone around her. Good luck with that whole brutally honest thing, though. Hope it works out for you. If I can give you one piece of advice, you should let go of your ego. Oh yeah, and maybe don't be so selfish, because asking $500 for a wedding gift is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, just being brutally honest.
I can't believe you've been lying to me all this time. I will never invite you to anything ever again.
Did I ask you to invite me? Don't fall off your high horse, Franny. Don't stress too hard about the empty seats. I'm sure the other guests won't be too surprised. Franny couldn't find anyone to replace the 3 girls who'd canceled. She really didn't want empty seats, so she hired actors to fill in. As a result, she was over budget, which did not please her husband. What was supposed to be the happiest day in her life became the worst. I really did feel bad she had those cancellations. I honestly would have gone to her wedding if I had known earlier and didn't already say yes to Debbie. But I couldn't stand the way she looked down on and treated her friends. At least she got some nice gifts.